Ora Feder and Barney's.
So what did Mark want?
He just called to tell me that he was going to look for Jennifer.
Where?
He didn't say. He just said he would call if there was any news.
Oh. Well, look, I brought some work with me so I can stay with you for a while. Have you had breakfast?
I'm not hungry, but I can ask Maggie to fix you something.
No, coffee will be fine.
Okay, help yourself. I just hope that Mark calls with some good news. I'm so worried about her.
Amanda, I wish you would quit blaming yourself.
I hurt her terribly, Ross. If we don't find her, I don't know what I'm going to do.
When did Mark leave?
I guess right after he called, so we should be hearing from him soon. It's already after 9.
Come on, Brian. How many Peter Enrights could there be in the Paris phone book?
Very few, I should think. Fortunately, I overheard him saying that lives on Rue Campagne Premier. Ah, yes, here we are. Enright, Peter, numéro 7, Rue Campagne Premier. Mark, I think we finally caught up with the man on the cliff.
Hey, Lizanne, how you doing?
Hi, Philip.
Do you know where Rick Bauer is?
No, sorry, I haven't seen him.
He's unbelievable. I called him a half hour ago. That guy moved any slower, he would be going backwards.
Philip, what's the big emergency? Okay, you
Excuse me.
interrupted my breakfast to get me over here.
Shh. I don't want anybody to hear this.
Hear what? What have you gotten yourself into now?
You are not going to believe this.
Try me.
Listen, you know that teacher, McGoober, that caught me cutting classes?
McIvers, Philip. It's McIvers.
Whatever. He turned me in.
And you're surprised? I mean, that is his job, and you were cutting classes.
Yeah, but only so I could study for another test. I can't believe it. Well, that's not what I wanted to tell you anyway. The principal has suspended me.
He suspended you?
Yeah, for 3 days.
Wow.
You believe that? Isn't that great?
Great.
Yeah, I get 3 days off.
I don't believe you. I mean, you're this nonchalant about it. You call me up to get me down here, and now you think
down?
it's...
Hello, Rick. Hi, Philip.
Hi, Justin. How you
Dr.
doing?
Wait a minute. I hate to ask a stupid question, but aren't you supposed to be in school?
No, not today. Not this morning. I work here in the mornings, remember?
Oh, I can't keep up with this insane schedule of yours. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Leslie Ann, I've made the changes in Mr. McCord's medication. You can take him off the IV now.
All right, Doctor. He really seems to be improving quickly, doesn't he?
Of course he is. That's because Justin is his doctor. Sorry.
You can also have visitors today, starting off with Henry Chamberlain.
Non-family members also?
Yes.
Even Rebecca Cartwright?
No, definitely not Rebecca Cartwright.
Why not? I thought they were supposed to be such good friends. She's a real nice lady.
I dropped everything.
Hi, Bert.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
Bert.
Well, Leslie Ann, dear, I brought you your mail.
Thank you.
Here you go. Now, I don't know what to do about this one. It's addressed to Morgan.
That's strange.
Well, why would anybody be writing to her here? Do you know she's coming in today?
Excuse me, Mrs. Bauer, I can give that to her if you want. I'll probably be seeing her later on in the day.
Oh, Philip, would you thank you very
Sure, I'd
much?
be glad to.
Dr. Mama, well, I was down on the 6th floor, and they told me that Mr. McCord
Well,
had
it's
been
quite
moved.
all right. I'll tell you what we did. We moved him down here to the 4th floor.
Oh, I'm so relieved. For a moment, I thought he'd been taken back into surgery.
Oh, no, nothing like that. He's been making such remarkable progress. We thought we'd move him down here to a more comfortable room.
Oh, of course. I knew it was only something like that. I knew.
Then I can see him now.
Yes, of course, but you'll have to wait a little while.
Oh, if you say so.
Well, the reason I say that is that Henry Chamberlain's going to be here shortly, and, well, Nola came to me yesterday after she spoke to Mr. McCord and asked that Henry be his first visitor today.
I see.
the award-winning Guiding Light. This point.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, Henry.
How's Quentin McCall doing?
He's doing very well. We've moved him to a regular room now.
Oh, good. That is good news.
And how long do you think you can keep Justin from finding out that you've been suspended, Philip?
I don't know. Long enough, I hope. If I can cover for 3 days, I ought to be okay.
Listen, he's got to find out sooner or later, though.
No, he doesn't. We got a letter today from the school.
Yeah.
I got to it first, so no problem. And my dad will be home in a couple of days, and he can handle anything that comes up then.
You're too much. I can't believe
Look,
that.
I gotta go run down Morgan. Have you seen her today? Did you bump into her?
Today's her day off, but you could try Josh Lewis.
Josh Lewis. Did you see him earlier together?
No, I didn't see him earlier together. It's a suggestion. I mean, I've seen them together a few times, though.
Uh-huh. Who's the one that's been giving me all the grief about older women? You've been watching her
Older
every
women, huh? Morgan's 19 years old. I mean, it's not like you in that.
Yeah, I was right. Uh-huh.
Listen, didn't you say you have to run somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta
start
go.
running.
See you later.
I expect him to make a complete recovery.
Good.
I think Quentin's very fortunate to have had a physician of your capabilities.
Well, I certainly agree, and I speak from experience.
Well, if you're ready, Henry, I'll take you to Mr. McCord's room.
Good, good. Oh, but Mrs. Renfield was here ahead of me. Shouldn't she go in first?
Please, Mr. Chamberlain. I'm sure that Nola realized that you would be very anxious to see your business associate was all right.
Well, Quentin's more than a business associate. I consider him to be a good friend.
Yes. Well, I know that he feels exactly the same way about you. I also know that you're a very busy man. Why don't you go ahead, please? I'll just wait here.
Thank you.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk with you, too, and keep you company.
Well, that's kind of you, Miss
Oh,
Mancini.
don't mention it. Dr. Muller, I hear that you saved Quentin's life on the operating table. I must say that's quite preventable.
I cannot allow for Henry Chamberlain not to know.
Not to know what?
To know that Quentin McCord is in reality his son.
Mr. McCord, are you ready for your first visitor of the day?
Good morning, Mr. Chamberlain. Good morning, Quentin. I hear you are doing very well indeed. Thank you.
Henry, don't make it too long.
No.
And I will let you in a few minutes.
Fine. I'm in no hurry.
Mr. Chamberlain, I'm very pleased you came by to see me. Well, I'm pleased they'd let me. In fact, I was delighted when Nola called me this morning. Did Nola tell you? Oh, yes, she told me about taking a course at the university. She's quite a girl. Yes, she is. Quentin, is she worried about your background? My background? Yes. Well-known archaeologist, books published. I think that may be why she's trying to educate herself further to please you.
Mr. Chamberlain, Nola doesn't have to do anything to make me pleased with her or make me love her. I love her very much just the way she is.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I was afraid that maybe that sort of snobbish thing might have been the reason you had your falling out recently. See, I was guilty of that sort of snobism once. I let it come between me and one of the most important people in my life. I've never ceased to regret it.
This person, did you love her?
Yes, very much. But in those days, social differences seemed to matter more. We knew my family would never accept her, so we convinced each other that it would be best if we just concluded it all quietly.
Some things cannot be concluded.
Yeah, I know. That extraordinary woman has never ceased to haunt me. And I lost something that I can never hope to regain.
Yes. Mr. Chamberlain, I too have lost things that haunt me, and have things that haunt me constantly and problems that if I don't resolve them, well, Nola and I will never have a future together.
Don't let that happen, young man. You have a nice, long life ahead of you. In fact, you have a wonderful life with Nola, if that's what you truly want.
Oh, yes, sir. That's what I truly want, and I will do everything in my power to see that that happens and happens soon.
Mark, will you please relax?
Can't help it, Brian.
I could have handled this myself. You could have stayed in Springfield. Besides, there's always the risk that somebody will find out that you're here in Paris when you're supposed to be looking for Jennifer.
That's not a problem. They do, I'll tell them I came to Paris to find Jennifer because I thought she might come here, because we were married here.
For Old Lang Syne?
You know, Brian, I've been thinking of going to see Enright myself. That way, if he doesn't recognize me, he'll be no threat.
He could still be a threat. He could still be the man on the cliff. Maybe he didn't get a good look at you because of the darkness.
Well, he couldn't be the one who's sending me those notes because that person knows exactly who I am.
All right. Now, suppose he does seem not to recognize you. How can we be sure that he's not pretending?
We'll know.
All right, Mark, I suppose you're right. But I think you're taking an unnecessary risk. If Enright's not the man on the cliff, and you decide you want to let him go, how will you explain your visit to him?
I'll simply say I'm an old friend of Mona's.
No, it's too risky. He might mention it to Alan Spaulding or Mike Bauer. Look, Mark, let me go to Enright. I'll tell him I was an old friend of Mona's. I'll find out if he was the man on the cliff.
Ryan, he might recognize you from the newspaper photographs. After all, the authorities think you're Samuel Pasquin, and that Samuel Pasquin is dead.
Samuel Pasquin never looked like this. I'm in disguise, Mark. You're not. All the more reason why I should go to Enright. Look, I got very near Enright at the hospital the other day with nobody recognizing me.
Just don't do anything rash, Brian.
Don't worry, Mark. I'll do whatever's necessary.
I'm coming. Hi.
Hi.
Didn't you just leave here?
Can I tell you I'm a glutton for punishment?
Don't tell me I wore you out last night.
No. Not exactly. I just haven't danced like that since I was at my junior prom.
I thought you were wonderful.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Think I'm better than Edward what's his name?
Much better.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good. What's all that?
Breakfast. Bacon and eggs. Waffles and fresh strawberries.
You eat this in the morning?
Well, only in the morning.
Aren't you afraid of getting stuck in doorways?
You mean fat? No. I didn't when I danced. I don't know now.
Oh, well, in that case, I think maybe you better not pack all that stuff away.
Oh. No way. You,
Wait a minute.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Is this how you do it? What do you think?
You're crazy.
I think you're crazy. You wear those things for 8 hours a day. Don't they hurt?
Hurt is not the word. Try excruciating.
Excruciating.
I've had blisters on my feet ever since I can remember.
Don't they hurt when you dance?
When I walk, yes. When I dance, no. When I'm dancing, I just get so caught up and I don't think about them. But enough talk about blisters. Let's eat this wonderful breakfast.
I can do that. You miss it?
What?
Pay attention. What we were talking about, dancing. Do you miss it?
No. Not for a minute.
No?
My, look at all these flowers.
It almost reminds one of a mortuary. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't quite mean it like that. I don't know. It just seems so cliché to give flowers. That's why I brought you that present. I thought it would be much more appropriate.
A diary?
Yes. Do you like it? As long as I've known you, I don't recall you ever keeping a journal. And look, see, it has a lock on it, so you can write down all your deep, dark secrets and no one need ever know.
I see. Helena, usually these things come with 2 keys.
Do they? Well, what do you know? They must have forgotten to include the other one.
Oh, it's all right. It was very thoughtful of you.
Don't mention it. No, Quentin, you haven't smiled at me since... It's been so long, I can't even remember.
I'm in rather good spirits today, Helena.
Yes, I can see there's been a change. Did you suffer a concussion? Oh, of course. Justin told me you did. Quentin, please forgive my concern, but you look dreadful.
Why, thank you, Helena.
Of course, Justin said that you were going to get better, and I suppose people can live perfectly normal lives without spleens, but I can't help being concerned. You look simply ghastly. And I've seen you after some rather nasty scrapes, but this is even worse than St. Croix or that dig in Morocco
Or when you hit me with the crowbar.
Quentin. Oh, look, you have visitors.
Nope, not visitors. This is official business.
Oh, I see. It's time for another injection.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's just one of those
Oh,
little
stop
small...
teasing her, Philip. That's not why we're here at all.
Well, actually, she's right. This time is to get you out of bed.
Oh, now I know you're joking.
No joke.
No joke. Now, look, can't this wait till tomorrow?
Today.
No.
Today.
Come on, it's not gonna be that bad.
Be careful.
There we go. Take it easy. Now sit up for a second.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any pain?
No, just a searing sort of pain in every part of my body.
Come on, it can't be that bad. You want to race to the door? Cute, I know. Come on.
Oh, Quentin, you've been through worse than that. Oh, remember that time in Mexico? Sorry.
Okay, just take it real slow as you like.
Yes.
Easy.
Do the chair here.
Okay, now just try turning around.
Yes. Yes, turn around.
Real slow.
Oh. No, I'm fine. I can do it.
No, that wasn't so bad.
Oh, you mustn't mind Quentin. He has an exaggerated flair for the dramatic.
All right, now we have to go back, okay? I hate to do this, but I have to clock you, all right? Okay, come on, let's go.
It's almost 11 o'clock. We should have heard from Mark by now.
You know, I can't imagine where Mark would have gone to look for Jennifer. You think she called him and let him know where she was?
No, that's not it. Mark would have told me. I think he was just working on a hunch. It's probably Mark now. Hello?
Amanda, it's Josh. I think I may have some good news for you.
Why? Have you heard about Jennifer?
Well, I'm not sure, but I think we may have heard from her. At least that's the way I read the message.
Message?
Well, Philip Spaulding called and left a message for Morgan about a letter he said was delivered for Morgan at the hospital. It was postmarked at the O'Hare airport. We figured it must be from Jennifer.
Where is this letter now?
Philip has it. He's somewhere in the hospital. The nurse at the desk couldn't find him, so Morgan just wants to go head over there.
All right, Josh, I'm on my way over there now.
No, that's okay. There's no sense in getting too excited until we're sure it's from Jennifer.
All right, but please let me know as soon as you're sure.
Yeah, I will.
Morgan got a letter from Jennifer. It was addressed to her at the hospital.
Has anyone read it?
Well, Morgan and Josh are on their way over there now.
Well, look, I'll drive you over there if you want to meet them.
I got the distinct impression from Josh he didn't think that was such a good idea.
Well, I can't understand that. Besides, we don't even know if it actually is from Jennifer.
And Josh also knows that Morgan probably doesn't want to see me. I just wish that there was some way that I could convince Morgan that I tried to get Mark and my mother back together. Because I did try, Ross.
I know you did, Amanda.
And Dr. Marlowe says that if Quentin continues to improve as he has been doing, he can go home in a few days.
Oh, Mr. Chamberlain, I am so relieved. I have been so worried.
Well, don't be upset when you see him, because he does look very pale, but Justin tells me that's perfectly normal.
It's just that I've been so afraid.
Well, the worst's over. Now, Mrs. Renfield, if you'll excuse me, I must call Mrs. Reardon. I told her I'd let her know how our friend was doing.
Yes, and in fact, I must call Nola. She left a message for me here earlier.
Oh, well, I have telephone booths downstairs. Why don't I show you?
Thank you.
I must say, it sounds like a very interesting field you're in, Dr. Mahler.
May I call you Justin?
Yes, certainly.
Well, thank you. Yes, very interesting indeed, Justin. I'd love to hear about it sometime.
Well,
Another member of Quentin's makeshift family arrives.
Are you here to see Mr. McCord, too?
Yes, if that's all right.
That's fine, but you'll have to wait. Mrs. Renfield's the next one in to see him.
Oh, that's quite all right. You go ahead, Gunther. I was just about to call Nola, and also I think I should call Fritz to tell him that Mr. McCord will soon be coming home.
I never knew that Mr. McCord knew so many people here in Springfield.
Oh, he carries a virtual entourage wherever he goes.
Yes, but no real family.
This is the street. Look, there's number 7 over there.
Don't forget, Brang, we agreed that if you decide he's not the man on the cliff, you won't hurt him.
And if he doesn't recognize me. But if I do decide he's the man on the cliff, Mark, I've got to take some action. He knows too much about you. You wouldn't want him to get to Amanda, would you?
No. No, I wouldn't.
I'll see that that doesn't happen. Trust me.
How much time do you think you'll need before you decide what he knows?
Meet me back at the hotel in about half an hour. That's more than enough time.
All right.
Leslie Ann, do you know where Philip Spaulding is?
Last time I saw him, he was in the cafeteria surrounded by all the candy stripers and stupid
Thank you.
nurses he could find.
She's got a lot on her mind. Sorry about that.
Sorry?
You're doing just fine, Mr. McCord.
I didn't know it was hospital policy to get patients up and around so quickly. This is my second walk today.
Stop complaining. The faster you get on your feet, the faster you're going to get home. And from what I understand, Mrs. Renfield is planning a hero's welcome for you. You don't want to disappoint her, do you?
No, no. Is she here yet? I haven't seen her.
Yeah, she's calling Nola right now.
Oh, yes, it's true. The sooner I do get home, the sooner I'll be back with Nola. Oh.
Wait a minute. Maybe that's enough for today.
No, no, no. I can make it. I can make it. I'll be fine.
A minute ago, you were begging us to let you stop.
Gunther's right. Well, I think that's enough for today. You want to overdo it on your first day.
All right.
Dr. Marler, it's for you.
Take a message. I'll call him back.
It's the truant officer from Springfield High.
That's all right, Doctor. I can see that he gets back to the room, all right?
You sure?
Sure.
Yes, go ahead.
Make sure you use the stroller.
I will.
Yes, Dr. Marler here. What? Well, no, I received no such letter. When? I see. Yes, thank you very much.
Well, I guess I better get going.
You said that 3 times now. One of these times, you're actually going to have to do it.
I know. But I missed you already, and I haven't even gone yet. You know something?
What?
I'd rather be here with you than anywhere in the world.
Me too. But you have other things to do. You have to go open up the company.
Yes, I have to open up the company, and I have to go visit Quint McCord in the hospital. It's all coming back to me now. Cold, cruel world.
It always does.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you always have this place to come back to.
Our own special little retreat?
You know, we don't always have to stay cooped up in here if you don't want. We can go out on the town.
Oh, you're not happy being just with me anymore, huh?
You know I am.
Now you better run along.
Run along.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me how wonderful it is to be here with me, and then you give me a pat like a 4-year-old kid and tell me to run along.
Yes, because the sooner you leave, the sooner you'll be back. Now go.
Well, since you put it like that, okay.
Okay.
I'll go.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, well, I figured, why waste time? May as well leave tonight. Got 3 whole days off.
Where will you go?
I don't know, someplace warm. Maybe, what, the Bahamas? Sounds good. Why don't you ladies come along? We'd have a good time.
Oh, it sounds like fun, but I don't think we can get off work.
Oh, that's no problem. Just have to have a little talk with Mrs. Tynan.
Oh, you have a lot of pull with the director of student nurses, too?
Me, no. But my Uncle Justin is a pretty important man around here.
Funny you should mention him. I wonder what he's going to say when he finds out that you've been suspended. I don't think you'll be going to the Bahamas or anywhere else for that matter for about 30 years, Phil.
No, hold on here just a second now. He is not going to say anything because he's not going to find out.
Yeah, so
I told you I already got to that letter, and I tore it up.
You tore it up. So what are you going to do about the schoolwork you missed? You going to tear that up too, Phil?
No, well, that's, well, my dad's going to be home in a few days.
Yeah.
And he can take care of it if there's a problem, which I'm sure there won't be. And speaking of problems, do you know what yours is?
Now, I'm the one with the problem, huh?
A new one. Yeah, you worry too much, okay?
Worry too much.
Which of you lovely ladies would like to come to the Bahamas with me? Hi, Morgan.
You said something about a letter you got this morning?
A letter?
Come on,
Yeah,
it's
the one-
important, please.
Oh, yeah, right. I have that here. I give that to you? No, I didn't.
Phil.
Yo, there you go. What is it?
Go ahead, open.
Morgan.
Is it from Jennifer? What is it?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. The servants are all away. They weren't expecting me back for a couple of days, so I have to manage for myself.
Oh, please, that's quite all right.
I must say it's rather a shock. Meeting one of Mona's friends after all this time. Oh, please, won't you sit down?
Thank you.
I don't recall Mona ever mentioning your name, Mr. Claremont.
Oh, well, Mona had many friends, you know. She was a very popular person.
Yes, she was indeed. She liked being amongst people.
And people liked being with her. Yes, your daughter was a very, very lovely person, Mr. Enright.
Yes, she was indeed. Oh, forgive me. I still find it a little difficult to talk of her, even after all this time. Exactly where did you meet my daughter?
Now, let me think. I believe it was in Lucerne. Yes, that's it. What a lovely part of the world that is. Have you traveled in Switzerland, Mr. Enright?
Yes, quite a lot.
Yes, it's beautiful. As beautiful as your daughter. Now, let me think back and see if I can remember all the details of that last meeting. It was a very memorable encounter for me. And That's where I met you for the first time as well.
Surely. We've never met before.
Oh, come think back, Mr. Enright. We're on a cliff, looking over the lake. Such a beautiful view. I don't see how you can have forgotten it.
You?
If you don't remember it, perhaps you remember me.
Yes. Yes, I remember now. I've seen your picture in the paper. You're Samuel Pasquin.
Your dear, departed daughter's husband.
But I don't understand. You're dead.
Oh, no, my dear fellow. I'm very much alive. It's your daughter who's dead. I know because I killed her. Huh?
Morgan, what does it say? Well, listen, if it's from Jennifer, I'm going to call Amanda. She's got to know. Come on, come on.
Hello?
Amanda, it's Josh.
Josh, the letter. Was it from Jennifer?
Well, yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Well, I don't know for sure. Morgan won't let me read it, you know. I can't seem to get her to say anything.
Let me talk to her.
She wants to talk to you.
No, not on the phone.
She
I want her to read this.
She wants you to read it for yourself.
But it is from Jennifer.
Oh, I don't know. Listen, I'll bring it over as soon as I can, all right?
All right.
Well, are they coming over?
Yes. I just hope it isn't bad news.
Damn it, where is he? How long could it take for him to find out if Enright is the man on the cliff? Amanda, I promised I'd call her. I'd better do it now before she starts to get suspicious. Hello, may I have the overseas operator, please? Oui, thank you.
Mrs. Renfield.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to waken you.
There's no need to apologize. I wanted to see you.
And I, you. But you know something? I have been so worried about you. I was almost afraid to come here.
No, it's all right. I'm going to be fine, so they tell me. I didn't have quite a fright, though, when Mr. Chamberlain came by this morning. You didn't tell him, did you?
No. No, I never told him. I couldn't break my promise to you. But for a time, I did feel that I should tell Henry Chamberlain that you were his son.
I knew you wouldn't break your promise. I just knew it.
I was tempted. It seemed wrong for him to not know. To know that he is your father.
It's all right now, Mrs. Renfield. It's all right.
No, I cannot tell you how afraid I have been. I thought I was going to lose you the way I lost.
No, you haven't lost me. I'm here and I'm going to be fine.
It's just that I felt the same way that I felt once before, that I was losing you too. Losing you forever.
Mrs. Renfield, you couldn't lose me forever.
Oh.
Now, there. I'm fine. I'm going to be all right. Now, don't cry.
I won't cry. You are my dear Sean. And you are all that I have now.
Yeah, and you drive around in these old double-decker buses, you know, the old English ones, and you lay on the beach all day, catching rays. The sun never goes down there. When it finally does, there are millions of discos. It's a great time. Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Do you know what's wrong with Morgan? I just saw her leave. She looked pretty upset. I know she was here to see you.
Yeah, she was here. I don't know what the problem is. There's something wrong with her. There was a big commotion over here with Josh a little while ago, but I don't know what it was about. I did give her a letter that was delivered here for her earlier today. Who knows? Maybe it was bad news.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
See you. What I want to know, Philip, is why you didn't tell me you've been thrown out of school. Well?
See you later.
So, you know about that, huh?
Yes, I know about it.
It's really not a big deal.
It is a big deal. You've been thrown out of school again.
No, not thrown out, just suspended. It's only for a couple days. I can make the work up.
Philip. They also told me you've been cutting classes. I want to know why.
Okay, well, we can talk about it. Let's do it someplace else,
We're not
okay?
going to do it someplace else. I want the answers right now.
Well, can't we even go to the corner of the room?
Stop evading the issue. Why have you been cutting classes?
You want to know why? Because of you. That's why.
Oh, because of me?
Yeah.
How'd you arrive at that?
Well, do you remember that little conversation that we had the other day about careers and achievement and all that?
Yes, I remember.
Well, it got me to thinking. You know, you made me feel good. You made me feel like you really believed in me, and I didn't want to let you down. Justin, I wasn't even going to take that test, but I thought I would give it a shot because, I don't know, you made me feel really good, and I thought that I really could pass it if I worked hard.
Philip, I still don't see why that excuses you cutting classes.
Well, I had to study for it sometime. So I cut my morning classes that day. I got Rick to come over to the study hall and help me. That's where we were, and that's what we were doing when MacGyvers came by and caught me.
There's no excuse, Philip. If you knew you had classes before the test, you should have studied the night before.
Listen, I tried. I went to Tony and Company to meet Rick so that we could study for the test, okay? He got there late because of the wedding, because of his dad's wedding, and then there were all these people coming in, toasting you and what a great job you did saving Quint McCord's life. How was I going to study in that atmosphere?
If you had been staying on top of your schoolwork like you're supposed to, you wouldn't have to cut the classes like that to study.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with you. You have a good point, okay? I'm sorry. I was wrong. But what is the big deal?
The big deal is that you've been goofing off, and it has to stop. Now, until you can start to pull your life together again, I'm going to have to curtail your activities a bit. I would like the keys to your car.
No way. I am sick and tired of you treating me like a little kid.
And stop acting like one. Give me the keys, Philip.
Want the keys?
Amanda, try not to worry about it. Morgan's going to be here any minute, and then we'll know something definite.
Hello.
Amanda, it's Mark.
Mark, where have you been? We've been waiting all day to hear from you. Did you find Mother?
No, I haven't, but I still have a few leads to check out.
Well, where are you now?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm in some little restaurant on the road, Springfield and Henderson. I wanted to grab some lunch before I went any further, but I thought I'd call you and see if you heard anything yet.
Yes, it seems that Morgan received a letter from Jennifer today.
It seems she did.
Well, I'm not sure. It's either from Jennifer or it's about her.
But you haven't seen it yet?
No, not yet.
Well, when will you?
Well, it won't be long. Morgan and Josh are coming over here. Morgan was very upset by it and said that she wanted me to read the letter myself. Shall I call you when they get here?
No. There's someone in line here to use the phone, so I'll have to get to another one and call you back.
I'm not asleep. The light just hurts my eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll turn it down for you.
That's quite all right, I suppose. If I'm going to get a shot, I might as well see it coming.
I'm not here to give you another shot. I'm here to deliver a message.
A message?
Nola called just a little while ago, and she wants to come visit you, but she didn't want to disturb you if you're sleeping. She wants to make sure you know that she hasn't forgotten you.
No, please. Please tell her to come by. Even if I am asleep, there's so much I have to tell her.
I'm going to tell Nola everything about it. And I fear that once I tell her and she knows what I've done, I might lose her.
Are you willing to take that risk?
This has been the award-winning Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Furs by the Christie Brothers.